So much has been written and said about Israel. But if you really want to know what we're all about, you'll have to read between the lines. Yalla, let's go.
Original vibe in a Toronto groove machine in the air. Celebration on the rhythm.
You get the vibe? That's what we're talking about. We're Vibe Israel, and here's what we do. We're data-driven storytellers that are engaging my generation with Israel. How? Through social media campaigns, influencer marketing, bringing global brand events to Israel, and training others how to tell Israel's story. Israel's pretty awesome. We just want the world to know it.
Before this, when I thought of Israel, I was like, oh, Jewish people.
I had no idea how much artistic and creative country Israel is.
It's totally awesome here, basically, and people need to know that.
It's not like we're reinventing the wheel here. We're just connecting the dots. We know we've taken on quite a challenge. But hey, we're Israelis. If we don't dare to dream big, who will?
Hi, everyone. I'm Joanna Landau. I'm the founder and CEO of Vibe Israel.
I'm Becca Horowitz. I'm the president and CEO of Vibe Israel USA. And we work together to energize and inspire the next generation and tell the story of Israel to the world.
Right, exactly. So what is Vibe Israel? Vibe Israel is a storytelling company. We're actually a nonprofit. I established it about 10 years ago because I live in Israel. I'm actually speaking from my house in Tel Aviv. And I felt that the way that the world sees Israel is not the same as the experience that I have of what Israel is all about. And I thought that part of the solution to this problem can come from each and every one of us, because we're all now storytellers. We've each got one of these, and we can tell a story. We just need the tools to do that. And so the way we started, we have a few projects. Our flagship project is something called Vibe Tours, where we bring online influencers to Israel who are really, really famous online sort of celebrities with millions of followers. And we invite them to come to Israel and experience it for themselves. We've done this since 2011. We brought over 250 influencers in a variety of topics, from food to art to education, sustainability, and so on. And we've reached over 1 billion positive mentions of Israel online, and we're very proud of that work that we do. You'll be seeing a few of those clips throughout this hour. We're very excited to be with you and to share it with you. Other than that, we have additional projects that Bar and Lipaz, who will be joining us in a second, will be introducing to you, so I'm not going to take that away from them. But basically, we think that Israel is a great product that could do with better marketing. And we're here to do it ourselves, but to also invite you to do it with us. So for that, we also have Vibe Israel USA.
And at Vibe Israel USA, we recognize that the North American diaspora plays a huge role in telling Israel's story. We are, in our own way, the influencers for the North American community to learn about Israel. So we provide tools to the organized Jewish community and to Jewish professionals to help them to tell Israel's story. And we aim to bring everything to you in a very positive and inspiring and Israeli way. So from the U.S. to Israel, we're wishing you a happy birthday. We're excited to be with you to celebrate today, and we have some really fun things coming up in the next hour.
Just before we raise a toast to L'chaim, just to say, we know, of course, that the Jewish community extends far further than just North America. We know that a lot of you are tuning in from all over the world. You can hear, originally I'm from England. This story of Israel is actually a global story of not just the Israeli people, but of the Jewish diaspora as well. We're very excited to be able to share it with you. Becca and I would like to wish you L'chaim, so we're here with our drinks, and we're going to drink L'chaim to Israel, drink L'chaim to you, Becca. And we will now move on to a lovely experience that we had a couple of years ago, that we wanted to get some of the influences that we brought to Israel to wish Israel a very happy birthday on the occasion of our 70th Independence Day. So we sent them a little care package with some things inside and asked them to figure out what they were. And this is what happened. So take a look.
Is it Shem or Shem?
Shmi.
Shalom, Shmi, Sarah.
Hi guys, it's Misha Kaufman and Bruce Wayne.
My name is Tom.
Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Dave Anderson.
Do you think this is Brucey?
Is that a diddler?
What is this, guys?
Everybody get up.
Maybe to chop up the pita?
Probably use this in your pools as well.
Happy Independence Day, Israel! Something I miss all the time in Israel. I miss the people. Everybody's so nice. And I like how upfront everybody was. A lot of people here are like, excuse me, but you know, in Israel it's like, oh, what time is it? Happy birthday!
But I brought these Israeli shot glasses. My favorite country in the world for food. Happy Independence Day, Israel.
Oh, you have to be nice, we're on camera. Happy Independence Day.
Happy 70th Independence Day, Israel.
In your honor, I'm having a huge scoop of tahini.
Hi everybody and happy Independence Day. I'm Lipaz and I manage the Vibe Israel Academy. For those of you who are not familiar, the Vibe Israel Academy provides training, lectures, and workshops on how to tell and share Israel's story. And we've created a very cool broadcast for you to celebrate Israel's birthday. And along with my co-host Bar, we'll spend the next hour together.
Hi everybody, my name is Bar and I'm a tour manager at Vibe Israel. The Vibe Tourist Project brings social media influencers from all over the world to a week-long experience here in Israel, and we host them and show them everything Israel has to offer based on their interests. So since 2011, we brought over 250 influencers to Israel that together made 1 billion positive mentions about our country online, which is pretty big numbers.
So are you excited? Because I'm excited. I'm
super excited.
And we'll have in the next hour a celebration of the Israeli vibe. We'll host some inspiring Israelis. They're going to share with us about their passions, about their work. And we're going to take you on a virtual tour of Israel with some of our leading influencers. They're gonna share with you what they see and how they see Israel and how they see it. And, you know, before we start, the main thing that people come to Israel realize once they come here is that we celebrate life big time. So the next hour needs to be big. And as you know, we're Israelis, we like to party, from the night scene and the nightlife here to the incredible festivals we have. We're like happy and positive people. Do you agree?
I agree, and actually, as much as I miss the parties and the big events and everything, I actually miss the everyday celebrations, like going out with friends or having Friday night dinners with my family. So every tour, we take our influencers to a Friday night dinner. And one time, this influencer, Rachel, that was on the food tour of 2019, she told me, "Bah, this looks like Thanksgiving dinner. You have it every week." And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. We just like to celebrate. So I miss everything. I miss parties and I miss festivals and all of that. But I really miss, you know, the small celebrations.
Well, I really hope that we can make it in person very, very soon. And I do things big. I like the light celebration. I like Friday night's dinner, but I do things big. And as you know, I'm a part of the Israeli Burning Man community here in Israel. We call it Midburn. And for those of you who are not familiar, Midburn is a week-long event held in the desert of Israel. And it's a celebration of art, of music, of community and creation. And Israel is the third largest Burning Man community in the entire world. So we're not just saying that we do things big, we actually make it happen, and it's freaking incredible. I've been trying to convince Bar to come with me on Burning Man, on the Israeli Burning Man. And Bar, maybe after Corona, that's the time.
Definitely. I think that after Corona, everybody is going to be in an even bigger celebrate life mood. And just to get the hang of it, let's see the video of the Midburn so you can, taste a little bit of that.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you these days?
I'm good. It's the Corona time and we're all home, but I think it's really nice for me in finding new aspects of who is Kabira. It's really nice.
Wait, we find new aspects as well. We've come with our burn clothes. I don't know. Do you think we're mid-burn ready?
You are mid-burn ready. We are all mid-burn ready. This is all you need to be is just be yourself and free, and then you're ready. That's free to be yourself, and then you're mid-burn ready.
Would you share with us, what do you think that the Israeli mid-burn is different, or what makes it Israeli in your eyes?
Israel, it's a small country. I mean, I know we're everywhere. It's like wherever you go in the world, you find some Israeli there. But we're actually a really small country. It only takes few hours to drive from one place to the other. That's what makes us a really strong community. The fact that we can really see each other and be with each other, and then how that's the way Midburn leaks in a way into our everyday life. And that's what makes it so special, because we have like the theme camps and the departments in the...
For people who are not familiar with theme camps, what are theme camps?
Theme camps are the groups of people that are bringing their gift to Midburn, to the event. And the gift could be like yoga classes, and it could be a party, and it could be an open stage, and it could be an art group that are bringing their art and building like amazing art. It could be all different kinds of... It's groups of people that are gathering together and bringing something to the event. And then you realize, because Israel is such a small country, that it comes to your daily life. So we're bringing back to the community by us being able to be in the community and be happy with it. So that's what makes Israel community special for me.
It's not only an event, you bring it back home and you bring it back to the Israeli society all over. Incredible. So, for our international audience, we said that Midburn is happening in Israel, but are there any international participants? Can people that watch us right now join?
Yeah, there are a lot of international participants. In the last Midburn in 2018, I think there were like 3,000 participants, which is from 12,000 people. We had 12,000 people in the event, and like 3,000 of them, a little bit even more, were from abroad, were from everywhere else. Midburn is the third event in the world size-wise of the Burning Man. So everyone heard about it and everyone's coming here, and it's really special and I really love it. Yeah.
Well, I know that some of our bloggers are right. We don't take bloggers to Midburn because it's an entire event of like 7 to 10 days sometimes. So we can't take them to the event, but some of our bloggers came to Israel and actually extended their trip and wrote about Midburn in their own blogs.
Yes, they really, really loved it, and they want to come every year. So this year, we don't know yet when it's going to happen, but I really, really hope it's going to be soon, and we can bring everyone, all our friends from all over the world to witness it and to experience it. Actually, I haven't been to Midburn, I have to admit, but we're going to change it this year. Yes. I would like to ask you about one moment that you've had during this year that you went to Midburn and, left a mark in you.
One was in my first shift at Midburn, in 2015. I was in the center camp, as I said, and we were like cleaning and organizing because people, just come in and sit in, and then there's a stage, and suddenly, like I see so many people are coming in, and it was my first. I didn't know anyone in this event. This guy comes standing on the stage, and he's inviting a girl, and he's proposing to her, and I was like, wow, what is that? I mean, and it was. Everyone were clapping and people were so happy, and then someone came with a guitar and they started to play, and he invited everyone that were there, and basically everyone in the event, I think, to the party, to the wedding actually, which took place at the same day in the afternoon.
Wow.
So of course we went, and it was unbelievable because there was a big, like a march of, like a big, everyone were going together, and you know, you go in, it's 5 in the afternoon, it's in the dust, so many, like the wind, and there's so much dust in the wind, and there's, people are going, like so many people are going together towards a wedding of someone I don't know, but everyone was so happy, and it was just, it was infective. You couldn't hold. I mean, I had to be there, and it was so touching. Really, I was so excited to be there. And then we went to the wedding, and that was one of the most beautiful moments. It was like an experience that I would never forget.
Yeah. I want to go back to Midburn. Bar, next year, Midburn, hopefully that will end post-corona. And I want to thank you so much for being with us. And for those of you who are watching and want to read about our bloggers' experiences at Midburn, you can go and check our website, one of Vibe Israel website, unboxingisrael.vibeisrael.com. You can read their posts, you can read about their experiences on Midburn. You can also find there some photos and videos about Israel and different Israeli experiences. You can download them and use them for non-commercial use. So feel free to check it out. And Bar, what do you think about Midburn now? Are you coming?
Oh my God, I'm coming. Kabira, what you said made me feel like I'm in there for a few minutes. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. And last question, what do you wish Israel for its birthday?
I really wish for us, all Israelis, to open our eyes and to see that actually we are all one, and we are all together in this life experience, and we need to be more kind to each other and more heart open to each other, to the animals, to the planet, to the people that are our neighbors and our friends, because actually we are very connected, and we are all connected, and this is what will make us make the world better. And if we won't be driven by fear and be driven by love, then it will make all the difference in this life for us. That's what I hope for Israel and for everyone else.
Amen.
Such a beautiful message. Thank you so much, Kabira. Have a great Independence Day.
Bye.
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 I think Israel has a deep spiritual side which you can connect to.
Wake up every day and ask yourself, like, what could you do today that'll make your life better tomorrow?
That's the very fun mess that I like to call an adventure. It's fantastic. Love it.
I think the people are a big part of the experiences wherever you go.
Up in the air and see Israel from above.
Wow, that was amazing. I really hoped you liked it. It's a sneak peek of one of our tours. And Bar, I wish I could come with you to the next tours. One of them, take me to one.
Wow, if I had a shekel for every time someone told me that. No, but seriously, I think, the influencers that we bring here, they are really amazed about, the landscape, the fact that there's snow in the north when there's desert in the south, and about the city life that Tel Aviv has to offer, and, everything in between. But what interests them the most is, the diversity of the people. I mean, I come from 4 different ethnicities.
4?
It's crazy.
Wait, which ones?
So my dad is Yemen and Libyan, and my mom is French and Russian. So I'm like a complete mix of all the world.
So my parents are from Kurdistan, which means I'm Kurdish, but only between us, it's like 5 ethnicities between 2 people. And, I think that's what I love about Israel. All the different contrast and all the multiculturalism that come together and creating something new and inspiring. That's what makes us who we are. And it's not only Jews and Arabs that live here. It's not only Eastern and Western culture that come together. It's the gay community that lives in the same space with the ultra-Orthodox community. It's Olim along with Tzabarim. It's all the different people that come together and create something new, which actually leads us to our next guest, which is fabulous. Would you like to introduce our next guest?
I would love to. So Nona Shalant is an artist, a drag artist, and a fashion explorer. But I think we're going to let the video speak for itself. So let's see it.
Roni Shukun, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for joining us. And I thought Nona is going to join us. Can you tell us who's Nona?
Well, Nona is my drag character, drag persona. She needs a lot of time to do her makeup, so today she couldn't do it.
Well, so thank you so much for joining us. We would love to hear a little bit more about you and how did you become a drag artist and a fashion explorer. Share some of your background and how did you end up to be the person that you are nowadays?
All right, so now I'm 34 from Tel Aviv, and I grew up in a small town near Haifa. And I was always an artist, always exploring with paintings and photography. And when I started photographing people, I started finding drag artists, and for me it was mind blowing. As 12 years ago, I saw the fashion production value and the creativity. And everyone always told me that I'm thin like a model, and I guess I needed to try. So in Purim 2011, I did a crazy avant-garde look and went to a party with friends. And everyone was very shocked to see me like that because I was a very shy kid. And I felt something new, and I wanted to explore that feeling. since then, I'm really exploring and creating, and it's all about identity and finding a lot of identities in myself through fashion and makeup and styling and photography and everything.
Wow, this is incredible. Can you tell us a little bit how your family, adjusted to your new persona, to Nona?
My family, they are my biggest fans. And it's not to take for granted to say that so proudly, because we are traditional Spanish, Moroccan. We have all the. It was very unusual even to be gay in the town that I grew up in, but they were very liberal and very accepting me as an artist. And when I came out as a gay or queer, they really was supportive. And when I came out as Nona, and believe me, it's not it's really unusual there. It was a surprise, but my mother always worked with the fashion industry, so she said like, okay, that's actually my son. And it's funny because to be a vegan was a bigger shock for them.
Really?
A lot of the people that we bring to Israel, a lot of the social media influencers that come here, they're very surprised out of the scene that we have here. You've used avant-garde and you're vegan and the gay community, and I'm sure you're doing some big things that may surprise a lot of people. Would you share with us some of your projects?
Well, I was featured in Italian Vogue, Refinery 29. It's a big fashion channel in USA. Out magazine. I was chosen by Israeli Time Out for one of the top inspiring drag queens last year. And I was chosen by Vibe Israel to be one of the most inspiring people. So, that's like, I'm so grateful about that.
Yeah, so we worked together on a few tours. Can you tell a little bit to our audience what we did together?
I have amazing pictures that I hope you will show now from a project that we did like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert in Yehuda Desert. And we surprised 10 photographers from all over the world. And I just, 5 in the morning, me in full drag outfit, enjoying the sun, and everybody was shooting and getting their own perspective, also on the desert and also on my surprise. And it was amazing. And one of the pictures even got to a big museum here in Tel Aviv and was featured as the PR. And then I saw myself everywhere, like on the streets, and in the papers, and it was incredible.
What are you combining and what are you creating that it's like the old and the new that we say Israel embodies?
I didn't told you, but I'm also I have original music, and in my music actually I combined the song Shalom Malachei Shalom. So I took the melody of Malachei Shalom and did a cool mix for the club that everyone will enjoy it, even people that don't have our tradition.
That's amazing. I want to hear Shalom Aleichem in a club in Tel Aviv. That's exactly like the mixture of things that we say that we have here. Taking the traditions, making them like new things, and just making them work. And it doesn't conflict. It comes together and creates something new.
Yeah, I really see the harmony in it because I think a lot of people think I'm, I don't know, I live on the edge or something like that when they see me, in drag on the Pride. So it seems like it's something very different. But For me, I'm a simple guy that really enjoy my creativity, and it doesn't matter if I'll make a dish for dinner, or I'll think about makeup, or I think about a fashion show. It's all things that I love to do, and everyone, find his way in his art.
Yes, wow, this is incredible. I love the message. And Ronnie, I think that we're gonna finish soon. I really want you to tell us what you wish Israel for its birthday, for its Independence Day. And after that, we're gonna see some clips of you doing everything that we spoke about. So, birthday wishes.
Well, birthday wishes for Israel. Well, I feel very free here, and for me to be independent, it's a really big part of my life, and I see how people react to it. When you do your own thing and you get the support to do your art, to do you. Yes, my message is to take your art out of the closet, enjoy it, and you will see that the world will get in tune with you.
Amen to that, Ronnie. Thank you so much for joining us. By the way, you can see Ronnie's photos, and Ronnie has a poster on our website, on our unboxing website. So check it out. You can download it, and you can see everything that he's told us on one poster. Thank you, Ronnie, and hopefully to see you soon.
Thank you so much.
I need this party. I have to dance. Music is in my blood. God is watching me. So don't call me now. Don't call me. I'm at the party. Please don't call me now. Daddy can call me if he could pick me up.
And before we move on to our next guest, we can't celebrate Israel without celebrating this amazing Israeli food that we have here. And Bar, as a tour manager, you get to go to all those amazing food tours that I personally envy. And I bet you get all these questions about the best places to eat. Would you share with me one of your favorite street food in Israel?
Wow. People ask us this all the time. Where to eat, what to do, where to sleep. We get these questions so many times a day that it becomes a full-time job to answer all of them. This is why we created the Search Israel project. And would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, but after that, you're gonna answer my questions, because I do wanna see what's your favorite food. And Search Israel is actually a website we created with all of our recommendations on cool things to do in Israel, amazing places to see, and all the different experiences that our influencers are going through in our tours. You can find it in searchisrael.vibeisrael.com. So the next time you come to Israel, you can check it out and you can choose one of the experiences that is like, how do we say, like vibe approved that you've experienced.
Exactly.
So check it out. And before we get to see a little taste of the tour, what is your favorite street food in Israel?
So if I have to choose a favorite, which is not easy, I will choose sabich. So sabich is a pita filled with fried eggplant, tahini, special sauces, a lot of vegetables, and hard-boiled eggs. It's incredible. Next time you're here, forget about falafel, forget about shawarma. This is the street food you need to try. And if you want another taste of the culinary scene in Israel, let's check out this video from our vegan tour of 2018.
One of my favorite things about traveling is getting to learn more about the people who live in a different country, what their everyday life is like, as opposed to seeing only the touristy aspects of something.
I learned so much about the different spices and flavors and foods that are commonly enjoyed in this area. The food is amazing.
Vegan, delicious, amazing, fresh, incroyable.
The vegan scene here is really vibrant and there's no cliche, you know, you eat amazing food and you realize it's vegan. It's amazing.
Everything has been so interesting and amazing, and we've also been to so many places, and everyone seems to have sort of, different motivations and different histories and, different stories, but still, it just seems like, this incredible movement that's happening at the moment.
This is the place to be. This is definitely the vegan capital of the world.
So this Yom HaAtzmaut is different. We're celebrating in our homes. There's no celebrations outside. But I think that even in times like this, Israelis can find ways to make life easier and better for everyone.
And it's our Israeli chutzpah, right? That's what makes us bold. That's what makes us be risk takers. And so many people are speaking about Israeli technology and about us being startup nation. But I think that we're innovative, not only in technology, but in everything that we do. It's just our mentality as Israelis. We think outside of the box, and we're trying to make this world a better place, no matter what we do and no matter where we go.
I agree. And I think that our next guest, Efrat Pfenigson, is a perfect example of this. She is a VP Marketing at Mindspace and a co-founder of GCMO, Israel's community of top CMOs from global companies. She's a tech and marketing expert, and she's going to show us the latest Corona-invented technology in Israel.
Hi everyone, so happy to be here with you today. My name is Efrat Pfenigson, and I wear several hats. I'm the VP Marketing of Mindspace, a high-end flexible workspaces provider with 30 locations in 16 cities across Europe and the US. I'm also one of the co-founders of GCMO, a community of Israel's top 100 CMOs from global companies. And lastly, I'm the proud daughter of the owners of an Israeli company and factory called I Am Segev. You may be asking yourselves, why is she telling us all this stuff? Well, what I'm going to do in the next few minutes is connect all these dots together so you can get a feel of how amazing Israel's innovation is. As we celebrate the 72nd Independence Day for Israel, I'm amazed to discover that the innovative spirit my grandparents had when they came to Israel from Europe and Africa is still with us today, in a different shape and form. Let me share with you some of the innovations that were created around me over the past few weeks during this crazy coronavirus time. Let's start with my family. A couple of weeks ago, local healthcare organizations approached my parents' company, I Am Segev, and asked them to partner to create and design and manufacture this contactless COVID-19 testing booth. Together with Maccabi Health Services, they've designed and manufactured the booth in less than 4 days. This booth provides an entirely sealed, sterile environment for the medic and can be quickly disinfected between patients. Tests are carried out using 2 rubber gloves, which are attached to the outer wall with airtight seals. The results are processed in a matter of hours and reported directly via the patient's electronic health records. By the way, you know how they managed to do it so quickly, within 4 days? They repurposed the design of an existing security guard booth into this. Now, they're working on a new innovation called the hugging booth for old age homes, for families to hug their loved ones. Let's move to Mindspace, my beloved company. At Mindspace, we serve 15,000 members in our community. When coronavirus crisis started, we knew straight away we'd have to innovate in order to provide our members with value relevant to what they need while working from home, rather than from our physical spaces. So we created our first virtual space online. We called it Virtual, and our members can enjoy live community sessions every day, both professional and leisure, as well as super important information and aiding programs we made accessible to them. For example, we opened our physical spaces for free for nonprofit organizations who need places to operate from for their teams. We created expert advice online and provided answers to professional questions. Let's move to my community, GCMO, hosting many of Israel's global companies. Here are just some of the amazing innovations that were created in no time by these Israeli companies. Vayar Imaging is collaborating with the Israeli government to fight the spread of COVID-19. Vayar's intelligence sensors provide touchless, remote, and confidential monitoring to detect and monitor vital stage that can indicate early stage COVID-19 symptoms. The data, including pulse, heart rate, variability, and respiratory rate, are all measured remotely without the need for touch. JoyTunes created a pay-what-you-can initiative for its app, Simply Piano, donating all proceeds to health organizations and made teaching app free for remote learning. SQRIM has provided free licenses of its software for accelerated data analytics to governments and healthcare entities. Netafim developed a portable spraying system to disinfect people in workplaces and collaborated with an Israeli startup called NanoSense to develop and manufacture a special smell-based test kit. All this not for profit. IceCure Medical created dedicated remote installation and clinical training program to support their users, which are cancer patients, in order to maintain continuity in cancer treatments globally during COVID-19. Tabula launched Tabula News, aggregated news content about COVID-19 from trusted news publishers at the hands of tens of millions of users. Litico is helping businesses like banks, insurers, telcos go digital or remote quickly to serve their remote customers, 72 hours or so. Freightos released the world's first daily freight index to help companies deal with the fast-changing global supply chain ecosystem. Promo.com launched a special hub with free marketing services and video templates to help SMBs during COVID-19. Masa, you may know Masa. They created Masa Online, an online space for Masa fellows in Israel, alumni, parents, and potential fellows from Jewish communities around the world, offering lectures, workshops, live events, some led by Masa's community members themselves. And lastly, AppsFlyer directed attention and resources to the community. Amongst many actions they've taken, they provided families of critical COVID-19 patients with full protective gear to allow them to say goodbye to their loved ones in their final hours. I hope I connected all those dots for you to give you a glimpse of the kind of innovative people and innovation spirit that Israel has. In such a short amount of time, so many companies and people are taking initiatives and creating things that didn't exist before that could help society and communities fight against coronavirus. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I wish you happy Independence Day, Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach, and thank you very much for being with me. Bye-bye.
Efrat, thank you so much. I think our time is about to end. And like we said in the beginning, Israel is about its people. We love celebrating life, and we do it big time. We're people that live together and come from different backgrounds, and this mixture creates something new and inspiring. We have the Israeli chutzpah that makes us bold and actually makes us get things done. And we always look forward to the future and try to make this world a better place. So I want to wish you all a happy Independence Day from Israel. Hopefully we'll get to meet each other in person very, very soon. And lots of love.
I want to wish everyone that's watching happy Amatzmaut. You can check out Vibe Israel at vibeisrael.com, and please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We want to end with a very special video from a very special tour. Each participant didn't speak English and didn't speak Hebrew and didn't speak anything because they were dogs. We did a VIP doggy vacay, a doggy tour. And I think that we're going to let the video speak for itself. So happy Amatzmaut, and I hope to see you next year in person.
Bye.
It's you! Look!
Bon appetit!
L'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim.